So, I mean, I have a few. I just did a country band, which is the band that I played with. Which was horrible. I played a show. I had 3 hours of practice, and I hadn't played drums in 3 years. Oh, jeez. I played the show, and I didn't know any country songs. And
Which band was it?
it was Cold City Cowboys out of Lake Orion.
Ha!
And the guitar player is my cousin, so it was kind of like a favor to him.
Right on, right on.
And I'm not going to do it again. But this is the band logo that I set up for him.
Very cool.
Check it out. It's, I mean, we went through a few proofs, and this was, done through my company. But they wanted something that wasn't incredibly cowboyish because they are from Michigan and they brand themselves as Michigan country as opposed to like Southern country or whatever that may be.
Right.
And so they wanted something like that. They actually wanted some blues and cold colors in it as well, but it ended up looking brownish and they really dug it. But this is the kind of thing that they now use to help brand them and to help promote them. So when people even see this, from a distance, they understand, they see the curls, they see the C's, and it works for them.
Yeah.
Another thing that I do, specifically with things like that, is go ahead and set up things like this for their Facebook.
Oh yeah.
So that everything is a lot more branded. You go to that, you immediately see it, you immediately know what it is.
There's like consistency because you've got the same logo. Say like if you got your Facebook header, your kick drum, and your fly, your mailer.
Everything's got the same.
You want to have some unity for sure.
Yep, and getting that key only helps and helps perpetuate the band itself to help get promotions and things like that. At the same time, this is a design I made up for one of my bands called Dingo-Lingo. It was a shirt design I did for them. And
We are wrestling.
we've actually never played a show, had like 1 or 2 practices. Band's been together for 3 years.
Okay.
So it's basically
Are you still back burner in Dingo-Lingo?
Still hardcore happening.
Nice.
You just wait and see. But knowing what I do and how I do it, I made sure to have merch first before anything else. Because of course I worked at a t-shirt place and I could do things like that.
Oh yeah.
But I developed a logo which is actually the thing in his mouth, and that is the same branded into this design as well.
Okay.
So that it just always has the same feel. You see that? It's fun. The band is super fun. It's supposed to be like a very Blink-182 pop punk, something that's not around, that much anymore. Just a bunch of kids having fun, playing punk rock.
And it comes across in the name because Dingo-Lingo is just fun to say.
It's just fun to say.
And party music.
That's why the band, that's why the logo is kind of cartoonish, kind of jumpy, things like that. And that's all built in branding. Now, does that mean that you can't have something like this? That also helps to just have a different feel. I mean, maybe not everybody wants to have a shirt that says we're wrestling ninjas. I mean, that's understandable, right? But that also happens. But again, you can see some branding in here that I kept putting party music on all the designs, just because we haven't played shows. No one knows who we are. So if we are selling,
you can write your own history every time, right?
Yeah, we try and keep that stuff happening. So if you want to start thinking of concepts and things like that you want to work with and direction you want to go. I mean, you already have good direction in terms of the age range and things like that. But
if they were going to do like a band t-shirt, so we've talked about that. I don't know if you knew that, but the parents were talking about that.
My parents were also heavily involved, so
that's awesome, and that's kind of what we're all their biggest fans, so it's just fun for us.
Exactly.
So would you still have like the t-shirt connection, or if we came to you to?
I can either do the whole run for you, either way. Of course, I would charge you for it.
Absolutely.
But what I personally do in my business is supply you with the graphics so that you can do whatever you want with it. If you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to fuss with it, I'm more than happy to do it. Like I said, I've done it for 9 years, so I can.
Well, I know across the street they have the band package or whatever. We've kind of looked into that, but you still would have them Would you have them printed for you? Would you go somewhere else?
I don't. I would probably go through them just because they're, my buddies. I don't think I could beat their price because again, I'd have to charge you for it.
Oh yeah.
But but I have no problem with selling you the graphics,
Absolutely.
and then you can do with what you will. And again, I can make up the graphics for the bass drum. I can keep everything the same lines.
Yeah.
Posters, banners. Banners are huge, especially for shows like
Well, we have a banner that kind of matches the bass drum.
Yes.
So and obviously right now we'd be even just thinking of keeping it simple, putting that on a T-shirt. That logo. But if it's they're of their age and they're we got one original. We don't have a lot of merch money yet.
It's all
Right.
investment money.
It's all good because eventually, you get to a point where once you have more than 2 people per show going, hey, when are you guys gonna have T-shirts? We got stickers, you got buttons, and that that'll happen quicker than you think.